Hi, today we're gonna do a couple of fun things. Fun thing number one, we're going to try some new makeup. Not everything is going to be new, but I did just get my Sephora Spring Savings Event order. Well, what I'm getting my hands on now. There are a couple of things there from some brands that I was not expecting to try and other things from brands that I had made the intention of trying this year. So I'm very excited about that. And fun thing number two that we're going to do is that we are going to celebrate together my first year on YouTube. Believe it or not, for some reason that I kind of don't understand fully yet, I've decided to keep up with this beauty content creation thing for an entire year. So we're gonna talk about that and reflect a little bit about that. Hopefully that will let you get to know me a little bit better and my journey with makeup and with sharing things online and all of that stuff. So if that sounds good to you, sit back, relax, get a fun drink, maybe more fun than mine because all I have at home is water. I didn't think about getting maybe a celebratory thing to drink while I was doing my anniversary video, so I don't have anything, so water it is. And anyway, I just came back from the gym, so I might as well drink some water. Anyways, enough of the rambling. Let's get started with just showing you overall all the products that I got in my Sephora Spring Savings Event order. And then I'll tell you from those things, the things that we're actually gonna use in the video. So first of all, I decided to buy two Sephora Favorites kits because I felt like overall they kind of fit my needs and they had some products that I was really interested in trying, some others that I already know and I was getting a full size of. So I was like, okay, some of these have a good value. So first of all, we have the Sephora Favorites Clean Me Up Kit, which has a couple of full-size products. It has 3 full-size products and we're gonna try a couple of them today. So first I'll just show you everything. So it has the Amika Dream Routine Overnight Hydration Treatment. Overall, I get on really well with Amika products. I even have an Amika flat iron that I love and I've been using for years. We're not gonna try that today because that's a hair product, so we're not doing my hair here. We also got a full size of the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, which I do love and I've already used before. We also get a full size of the Lawless Forget the Filler Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Velvet, which I own in a mini and I'm using right now. So it's nice to get a full size for the first time. That's my first full size of the Lawless glosses, but I really do love the formula. We also get the Youth to the People Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream. This is a mini. I'm gonna save this for travel. I have a weekend getaway coming up next month, so I'm probably gonna take that as my moisturizer. I've used the Kale Superfood Cleanser from Youth to the People before, so my first impression of the brand is really positive, so we'll see what that moisturizer is like. I'm always game for a nice moisturizer. Then we also have this Kulfi Underlined Kajal Eyeliner, Cheeky Chiku. I guess that's the name of the shade. It looks like a brown. I haven't tried any products from Kulfi either, so I'm excited to try that. We will try this today, so I'm gonna set it to the side on things that we are gonna use. And then we also get, on this set, you also get the Say Glowy Super Gel in the shade Sun Glow. I swatched this product and I'm already confused by it. So we're gonna give it a go, but I'm prepared for worst case scenario situations. But we're gonna give it a go. So let me just set all of those things that we're not using aside. That was the first thing that I got on the Spring Savings Event. Then I also got another Sephora Favorite set. This one is the Lash Tash To Go. This is one of those sets that has 5 mini mascara sizes and then has a voucher for you to redeem for full size. So let me show you the mascaras that you get. So you get the Benefish Roller Lash Mascara. I've seen really good reviews of that one, so I'm excited to try it. You also get the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I've heard mixed reviews of that one. So we'll see how it goes. Overall, my experience with Milk Makeup as a brand is very positive. So we'll just see. We'll just see. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. We have the very famous or infamous in the beauty community Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm pretty sure I've tried this before, but it was a really long time ago. So if I've tried it, I don't remember it, which is probably not a good thing. We also have the Tartelette Tubing Mascara and the Rare Beauty Mascara. I don't know that it has like a specific name. So out of those 5, I think I'm gonna try the Milk Makeup. I'm gonna try the Milk Makeup Kush and see what happens. We'll just see how it goes. And let me just put my voucher, set it aside. I'm gonna take it with me to the US. And then when I'm at the US, exchange for one of those 5s. My initial prediction is that it's gonna be either the Rare Beauty or the Benefit that I'm gonna exchange for. But we'll see. I also got this little set from Benefit of the Gimme Brow Goals eyebrow set. So you get a Gimme Brow in full size, and then you get a Gimme Brow Volumizing Pencil in mini. So we will try that. I've tried brow powders from Benefit. I've never tried the Gimme Brow, so I really wanted to try it out. And then I also got a mini of the Givenchy Prisma Libre setting powder. I have the shade 5 Popeline Mimosa. So we will try all of those things today, and those are brand new. I have no idea how they perform. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm also getting ready to record our international education podcast in a couple of hours. So I'm doing my makeup to be on camera even longer. So let's see. I'm just trying to think what we're gonna start with. I guess we should probably start with primer. I don't have any new primer to try, but I do have my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I'm very close to finishing. And I would very much like to finish maybe by mid-June, by the time I break for the summer. I feel like this is a product that, has kind of grown on me over time, and I don't know what to tell you. It's just grown on me over time. I think it depends on the other products that I use it with and the climate that I'm in. I don't know. I don't think that it's like as revolutionary of a product as other people say that it is, but it's not a bad primer. I'll say that. It is a nice gripping primer. It does have a nice cooling feeling. So, my opinion of it has become more favorable over time. While that's said, I'm just gonna start doing my brows with the Gimme Brow gel, and we'll talk a little bit about YouTube. And I actually asked on Instagram for anyone who had questions, whether, they had questions for me to answer on this anniversary video. I got one question. Thank you, Sarah, from Already Shopped It. Sarah's the best. Go follow her if you don't already. Go subscribe to her channel. Seriously, she's fantastic. And especially now that she's like a licensed makeup artist. You go, girl. But she did send the question of how did you get into makeup? And, I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is kind of a complex answer. I'm using the shade 5. Look how tiny this thing is. So it should allow for pretty precise brow application. So the question of how I got into makeup, honestly, it's not that easy to answer, because most people start getting into makeup by seeing it like in their households. And my mom was not a big makeup wearer. My mom wore mascara because she kind of had to, otherwise she looked like she had no lashes. She had really short, kind of thin lashes, so she kind of needed to wear mascara. What else did my mom wear? Like consistently? Blush. I think to just kind of give her face a little bit of dimension. Lipstick from time to time. It depended on the occasion. I mean, like she would wear lipstick sometimes to go to church and to go to like conferences or big meetings at her office, stuff like that. I think that that's the other thing with like my mom and makeup, is that she was a doctor. She worked in really remote places, like in rural villages where like you're not really getting dolled up to go help people. So I don't know, but she was also like a really simple lady. I mean, not really much for like dressing up or anything like that. So her makeup needs were very simple. Like she would use, powder, what was powder foundation at the time, blush, mascara, and lipstick. And that was pretty much it. But she wasn't big into makeup. However, my aunt, who was also my godmother and was also my mom's closest sister, she was into makeup. I honestly don't remember my godmother ever without lipstick. The only moment when I remember my godmother without lipstick was in her literal deathbed. Like she loved makeup. She loved getting ready and, you know, putting on her lipstick and trying different lipsticks. She was a Lancome girl. So I do remember that she had a quite extensive collection of Lancome lipsticks, and she got my mom into like Lancome's browns of the 90s. I do remember that very vividly, but I don't know, like even with that influence, I didn't really get into makeup until much later. My sisters were also not big makeup wearers. My oldest sister did have like a bold lip era in the mid 90s. She was wearing like those really intense burgundy reds and browns of the mid 90s, you know, like all of those browns and grungy colors that are in again now. But I also don't remember her wearing a ton of makeup. It was always like the bold lips and mascara and a bronzy blush and not much else. And she has kind of maintained her style of makeup over the years. And then my other sister, the one in the middle, because I'm the third of three girls, she wasn't into makeup very much either. So I really didn't have like close people at home to, you know, play with makeup or anything like that. I started kind of getting into makeup a little bit more through my best friend from, you know, elementary and middle and high school. She looked very different from me. Just to give you an idea, you know, it was the mid 90s. Everybody was into the movie Clueless. She was Cher and I was Dion. Let's put it like that. She was Cher and I was Dion. So, you know, when we got together, like she would always put makeup on me and help me get ready and all of that stuff. But my makeup style until like my mid 20s, I think that these brows look pretty good. This one looks a little bit sparse here. So maybe that's where the pencil comes in. Until like my mid 20s really, and yeah, my mid 20s, late 20s, I didn't really do a whole lot makeup wise. There we go. This helps with filling out this area that, like, I maybe pluck it a little too much, but the hairs here are just crazy and they don't play in teams. So I have to kind of like take care of them on my own. So I'm not gonna make this brow too structured because again, this is gonna be a little bit of a simpler makeup look. And I mean, I don't know. I expected these products to work pretty well. These days, I'm getting a little bit too used to the eyebrow look that I'm achieving with powders, both Benefit and Danessa Myricks. So this is a much more unstructured brow than I'm used to these days, but I don't mind it at all. Anyways, going back to the makeup, when I was allowed to wear makeup, like in my teenage years, like I, you know, kind of gravitated towards the same things that people in my home gravitated towards. So like the bold lip, mascara, powder foundation, blush. I have always liked blush very much. I remember buying those Bourjois Paris baked blushes. I did like those very much. CoverGirl was my go-to brand. I would buy their eyeshadow quads all the time. Always shimmer shadows. That's always been a thing. I'm a shimmer girl through and through. Eyeliner and that kind of thing because since I wear glasses, again, I've talked about this before, I like to accentuate my eyes, but other than that, like not much else. And upon thinking about it, I was like, why did it take so long for me to really get into makeup? It took, you know, until my late 30s and until we were all facing the panini for me to get into makeup. Like, why did it take me so long? And then I started thinking about the people that I had around me that wore makeup. And they were all people that I thought were very pretty. Like, I always thought that my mom was really pretty, that my sister was really pretty, that my godmother was really pretty, that my best friend at school was really pretty. But I didn't think about that way. I didn't think about myself that way. Like, in my head, makeup was for pretty people to look prettier. And like, you could wear it if you weren't quote unquote pretty according to my definition, but it wasn't gonna make you prettier. So like, it was kind of a lost battle. That was the way that I saw it in my mind. Like, okay, sure, I can wear it and I can look better temporarily, but it's not gonna make me any prettier. So I shouldn't, like, what's the point of me bothering with this? It was kind of, reflecting on my mindset at the time. It was kind of the way that I was thinking. For reference, I'm using my Hourglass concealer, nothing that you haven't seen before. And everything that can be linked in the description box will be linked in the description box. I don't know if the Sephora sets are still available. If they are, they will be linked. Bear in mind that, like usual, some of the links that I put in my description box are affiliate links. And if you purchase through them, I may earn a small commission. So if you do that, thank you. But I mean, I know that a lot of people like did their shopping already. So shop responsibly, like usual. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I had this idea that makeup was only for pretty people. Like the only people that could really take advantage of makeup were people that were already naturally pretty. And I didn't think of myself that way. I just didn't think that I was pretty. I thought that I was okay looking. Like I didn't really think that I was the ugliest girl in the world. But I thought that I was pretty meh, like pretty normal looking. So for me, makeup was just kind of, something that was available to me, but it wasn't going to make me any prettier. So, it had limited utility. Let's put it that way. And I'm realizing now, thinking more and more about this question of how I got into makeup, that, it took a lot of time for me to shed that mentality of you're not pretty and therefore, you can't really take advantage of things that, can bring you joy or make you happy or change your appearance temporarily with color or anything like that. Like for me, makeup was only meant to be a tool to make you prettier on a temporary basis, not a creative outlet or a source of joy or anything like that. Like to me, makeup wasn't any of that. So if I wasn't pretty, then what was the point? So it took a lot of, doing work on myself and reflecting on some of those issues with self-image that I had and some of those ideas that I had about my self-worth to really understand that, makeup, number one, has nothing to do with that. And number two, that, beauty is a really relative concept. And a lot of it has to do with how you see yourself and what you put out in the world, how you treat other people, how you make other people feel. And I mean, it's really a reflection of our inside. So, just also understanding that like I needed to love myself first before I could really, use things that other people, quote unquote, used to, for beauty purposes in a way that was really helpful for me and that wasn't like harmful to my self-image, if that makes any sense. So this is, my tried and true NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I'm using a warm light and I am now noticing that I think that the light kind of brings too much warmth out of the products that I'm using for complexion. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Let me just switch the light to see. Okay. Ooh, no. Okay, now the other lights wash me out way too much. So this is the light that we're gonna work with today. So yeah, I mean, I didn't get into makeup really until the panini when we were all stuck at home and, we didn't really have much to do. Up until then, also, I had no concept of beauty YouTube. I had no idea that people use YouTube for things that weren't like uploading prank videos or anything like that. So, the glory days of the beauty gurus that people talk about, like I was not part of any of that. So my context for the beauty community, for beauty YouTube is what I found, after the summer of 2020. We're gonna go in with the Givenchy powder. I'm so excited. Givenchy products just look so classy. They just look so classy. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I didn't really have any ideas of how to use makeup or what makeup to buy or anything like that. Like, I basically depended on the little that was available at the drugstore back home in the Dominican Republic, which was not much. So, not a great shade range. I, couldn't afford much at the time. So I'm just kind of taking as many of the powders as I can and just putting them in the cap so that I can take a brush, which should be fluffier, but they're drying, and just use it to set. I'm just trying to like not make a huge mess here. Oh boy, whew, this is fragranced, holy cow. Wow, people are not joking when they talk about that. This is rather heavily fragranced. Wow, very surprised at this. Oh, it got kind of on my nose. I don't mind the fragrance. I really don't mind it, but you know, be aware that yeah, this is quite heavily fragranced, and I mean it reminds me a little of the L'Interdit fragrance from Givenchy, which I've used before. I'm gonna use it all over the face because I've heard people talk about how this works for under eyes and face. So I'm gonna use it for the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, the fragrance dissipates, don't worry, like it's not gonna stick around too terribly long, but just be prepared, and you know, if you have sensitive skin, it's something that you have to think about, that that there will be fragrance. Anyways, so you know, by the time the pandemic came around and I had, you know, time to myself, because I was working from home. I had extra time to myself because I was working from home and my husband went back in person several months before I did. So I had quite a bit of time to myself. To like watch YouTube, buy things from Sephora, and you know, just try things out, you know, like I remember like learning what highlighter was, and you know, noticing when I was in the Zoom meets with my students and with my team that, you know, because of the light in the room where I was, that like there were shadows cast over my face, and I was like, is that what highlighter is for? And so I bought one and I tried it out, and sure enough, it brought light to like the high points of my face, and it made my face look a little bit brighter, especially at that time in the morning. So I was like, ooh, this is so fun. And you know, I started watching beauty content on YouTube, and I mean, that's like, I don't know, 75% of my entertainment now is just watching beauty YouTube, haha. It's beauty and Formula One content. That's pretty much the extent of my online entertainment. It's beauty and Formula One content, straight up. Oh, and other athletics. I like other sports. I'm watching some European football content as well these days. Anyways, if you want me to make a video of like kind of all the beauty YouTubers that I've followed over the years and that I've continued to follow, and kind of like how that progression went along, let me know, and I'm happy to do that video. I know that Colo the Ball did that video recently, like her favorite beauty YouTubers. If you want to see that, because I do see that discourse online of like, oh, who do I watch? I don't know who to watch. I'm looking for this and I don't know. I don't want to watch a huge creator, blah, blah, blah. If you want me to make a video of like the people that I watch consistently and like the watch later playlist that I've built over the past 4 years, you know, of beauty content creators, and you know, why I watch each of them and why I've kept watching them as I found their channels, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to make that video. I've been thinking about that for a little while. I was also thinking about maybe like a video of like products or brands that I heard from a YouTuber and I bought them and I liked them. So it could be one of the two variations of that video. So yeah, the pandemic was really the time that allowed me to explore makeup and get into makeup, and most importantly, do it for me, which was what wasn't happening before. It was that I wasn't doing makeup for me. I was doing makeup for making myself look the way that I thought other people had to see me, and fitting maybe a standard of prettiness that I didn't really feel like I fit into, but I felt like other people expected me to fit into, if that makes any sense. Having that time at home to try new things, to listen to other people, you know, do reviews, find people of my skin tone, of my preferences, of my age, all of that stuff to follow was really helpful. And you know, it allowed me to really explore the possibilities with makeup and go into makeup as a creative outlet and as a hobby, as opposed to makeup is there to try to make myself pretty, but I'm gonna fail every time because I'm not pretty. Okay, do you see the shift in mentality? So growing up until like really my early 30s, it was like makeup is supposed to make me pretty, but it's always a lost battle because I'm not pretty. 2, makeup is there to enhance features, make me, wear it in a more professional setting, look more polished, blah, blah, blah. 2, makeup is my hobby, is my creative space, it's playtime, it's fun, it should be fun, it should remain fun, and I can, just very much exercise a form of self-care with it, and, maybe share it with others, which is what brought me to creating this channel. I'm using my Melt Blush Light in Sandy Cheeks, which I often like to apply cream blush with these angled bronzer blushes because I feel like it gives me a little bit more of a precise application. Okay. I think that's good. So let's pause for a minute on the makeup mindset and stuff to talk about this Say product, the Sun Glow Sun Glow is the name of the shade, the Glowy Super Gel in Sun Glow. Okay, first of all, what is this about? What is this space? I've pumped this out once. I did one small pump. It's looked like that the whole time. Like, what is this? Why is there such a gap here? Like, that feels like, should there be product there? Like, I'm very confused. I don't know why that gap is there. And I don't particularly like that. So first of all, this product pumps out kind of, it's hard to not pump out a lot. There we go. I managed this time. So it is very much like a gel-like texture. And when I spread it, actually, I'm gonna spread a little bit. See if you guys can see. It feels really nice on the skin, but on me, I don't really know what this could be. I think it could be like a blush topper or a highlighter or like a very glowy blush. I don't really know. So I'm just gonna use it a little bit as a blush topper today, but I need more. Okay, that's why you need to pump more. Simply because like it just, okay. Yeah, it's very sheer. I don't know how I feel about that. So like with another product, I don't really see it that much on the cheek. And I'm using the same brush that I use for the blush, in the hopes that they kind of mix together and give me kind of like a glowy blush situation. I think that that's how I'm gonna use this product, but I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's gonna look like too sheer on my cheeks by itself, but I mean, the finish is pretty. I just don't think that this sheer of a highlight, I don't know that I can use it as a highlighter, like as a plain highlighter. I feel like it would be just too sheer for me. But like it's giving me no makeup vibes. It doesn't look bad, but it's definitely a product that I have to play with more. I don't mind the texture. It is a little bit thin and it shears out quite a bit. So yeah, I just don't know. I think that one I'm gonna have to try a little bit more. Anyways, so, I watch a lot of YouTube content for a number of years. I start an Instagram account. I get inspired by the project panning community once my collection reaches a big level. And, at first I'm like, I thought about the idea of like, maybe starting a YouTube channel so I can meet more people, because I didn't feel like Instagram was allowing me to meet enough people and like make makeup friends. So I was like, well, maybe I should start a YouTube channel. Also, the fact that there aren't that many creators of color. There aren't, that many quote unquote regular people doing this. I was like, why not me? I'm gonna use my Ritual de Fille little eye suit thingy in Love Spell, which is like a warm copper. So everything's gonna be rather monochromatic today. Anyways, so, when people get asked, when, larger creators or full-time content creators get asked, like, what would you tell someone that wants to start a YouTube channel? The advice that I always hear from people is just start. So, it kept kind of coming back to my head, like, hey, if you want to start a YouTube channel, just start. If you want to, play around with it and make videos, just start. Just, see what happens. The worst that can happen is that someone that doesn't know you says something really mean that makes you cry, or that you get embarrassed and you delete your videos, and, no damage done. There's nothing wrong with that, but you tried. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should try. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I recorded the first couple of videos that I put on the channel, which were my makeup collection videos. If I remember correctly, I recorded those videos in either mid-February or late February. And I didn't post them until early April because I was too scared and I was too embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, these are terrible. Nobody's gonna wanna watch this. What am I doing? I don't even have equipment. I don't know how to shoot videos. I don't know how to edit videos. I was like, what makes me think that I could do this? And then, I don't know, I kept hearing people just talking about it and just like, if you want to start, just start. If you want to do it, just do it. You never know what's going to happen. And, the worst that can happen is that you stop, but you tried. So I was like, whatever. And, Sarah from Already Shopped It, she said the same thing. I don't remember in what context, but she was like, you want to start, just start. I think I told her that I had videos recorded and I wasn't sure if I should post them. And she was like, yeah, go ahead, post them. Here's a Kulfi eyeliner. Not bad so far. I appreciate the pigmentation. And the little tip thingy seems to be pretty easy to use. We're not gonna do a crazy line here. I'm probably gonna keep it to the bottom lashes. Anyways, so she told me, like, yeah, just start. Just put them up there. Who cares? Like, and I was like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? It's for me. Like, I just want to share what I like and, just put my opinions out there. Because, people listen to a lot of other people that are a lot stupider, quite frankly, and that are a lot meaner, and that are not really doing anything good and not being kind. So why not? Let's just do it. So I did. So I did. So I posted my first video on April 9th, and it was a makeup collection video. And I think I followed with those. Some other things, like, I didn't quite do correctly. Like, I couldn't figure out shorts at first, and shorts are a hit or miss for me. I don't hate them, but I also don't love them. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not a huge fan of short form content. I do post reels from time to time on Instagram, especially of the eyeshadow palettes that I use every week, that kind of thing. But it's really about just sharing my ideas and sharing my love of makeup with others. And, in this entire year, I haven't really thought about quitting. I haven't really thought about stopping. I haven't really thought about, oh, let me make this video private because I'm embarrassed, or, oh, let me not post this video because I don't like the way that I look, or whatever it is. Like, none of those thoughts have crossed my mind. Milk Makeup Kush mascara. Let's see what it can do for my lashes. So far so good. They look thick. So far so good. They look thick. This could be promising. I'm gonna try to do a second coat in just a minute. Anyways, so yeah, in this entire year, I haven't thought about quitting or stopping a single time. I'm like, no, I wanna record, I wanna film, I wanna, write down my ideas, make sure that I'm trying things and that trying to like troubleshoot editing issues and trying to be a better editor and that kind of thing. Like, I haven't thought about stopping. If anything, it's the complete opposite. I want to keep going because I'm just like, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for fun. I don't really care. Like, if people criticize my makeup technique, like, that's not what this is about. It's just about like sharing love of, beauty products and recommending beauty products and trying things out and comparing and talking about other interests with other people and really just finding, hopefully, some community, because I really do think that we all need it. And, you know, I travel a fair bit. I've lived in a bunch of different places over the years, and, you know, at times it's been difficult to find people of my own interests. So maybe my community is going to be online. Who knows? Who knows? This doesn't look bad. I kind of like this. Okay. Coach Mascara. Look at you. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Should we try more coats? No, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to go a little bit higher up with what's left of my finger of that copper shade. Just to, there we go. Just add a little bit up there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty happy so far. Like, Gimme Brow, super easy to use. Result, pretty good. Coach Mascara, so far so good. We'll see how it holds over the hours. Givenchy powder, I'm in love. I want the big one right now. Say, blush thingy, cheek product. I don't really know what this is. Is this a highlighter? Is it a blush? Is it a blush topper? I don't know. It can be a bronzer. Like, not a chance, because it's way too sheer for literally anyone, unless you're like super duper pale. I like the way it feels. I like the texture and the application and stuff, but I'm a little confused as to what is it supposed to be on me. We're almost done. I'm just gonna put on a lip product and, you know, set my face with setting spray and, you know, wrap this business. Anyways, I haven't really thought about quitting. This is Walk of No Shame from Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't really thought about quitting. No one has said anything mean. I remember when I posted my video about the Natasha Nona Zendo palette. It's a palette that is so controversial that, you know, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so bad. People are gonna say stuff. And that was a video that I was afraid to post. I was afraid of how it was gonna be received and what people were gonna say, like, about the looks that I created, because it was like the first video, if I remember correctly, where I did like several looks with one palette. I was concerned with like what people were gonna say about my technique and my looks and stuff, and the response was the complete opposite. People were so kind, and that's how I found Call of the Ball, through that video. She's also fantastic and like just a colorful angel. Go subscribe to her channel as well. I'll leave her channel too linked in the description box, because she's wonderful. So yeah, like, that's the other thing that I found, is that the beauty community that I've found in the time that I've been involved in it is a complete opposite of what people think the beauty community is. Because, you know, it's the noisier people creating drama that are like more visible, you know, like with everything else. What I've found is that, like, people that are in the beauty space, or at least in the smaller sections of the beauty space, are incredibly kind, are incredibly thoughtful, are, you know, very welcoming, very inviting, very inclusive, and are just here for our community, are just here for the love of beauty, are just here for the love of makeup, are just here for the creative outlet. And those are like all the reasons why I'm here and why I want to continue to be here. So I've actually surprised myself in terms of, you know, like, why am I doing this? It's like, for me, because I want to, because I'm having fun, because like, it's something that I get to do for myself. It's, you know, it's a place where I can be very different from the way that I always am. Like, I've never really been like a creative person, and I feel like makeup allows me to be creative. So it helps me feed a part of myself that has never really been a priority for me. I've always been like the smart one, you know what I mean? So like, I didn't really think that I had it in me to be creative, or even to like learn things on the go and troubleshoot and, you know, try something even when there could be the possibility of failure or ridicule or what are people going to say. Like, I'm gonna keep doing this as long as YouTube allows me to upload videos, or I just get tired of it and other things take priority. But for now, I'm having a lot of fun. Like, I really like uploading videos and creating content and all of that stuff. And it doesn't have to mean anything. It doesn't it doesn't have to become anything. Don't get me wrong. I think that in this day and age, it would be a little foolish to not think about the possibility of monetization and that kind of thing when you are in these platforms. I've thought about it, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I tell you that, oh, I never want to get monetized, come on, man. Oh, I never want to get PR. It would be awesome. It would be awesome, but it's not why I'm here, is what I'm trying to say. Like, being able to do this full time, it would be pretty cool, but it's not my priority. I have a job that, you know, pays for all this makeup. Let's start with that. But I mean, it's not why I started the channel, and it's probably not where it's going, but I mean, it's cool that those opportunities are there for other people as well, and that, you know, there are, you know, new careers available to other people and all of that. But right now, you know, I started the channel because I thought it would be fun. I started the channel to share my love of makeup. I started the channel to review products and, you know, give the perspectives of a person like me. Also, you know, put them on the internet for other people to find them, because again, growing up, I didn't have a lot of resources. Not a lot of makeup brands sold in the Dominican Republic. Then I moved to Asia for 5 years and I could find even less makeup. I mean, I would go to Sephora in Shanghai and find nothing. Like maybe one shade of a BB cream, and that will be it. Sorry, my nose is super itchy. I don't know why. Anyways, so like growing up with not that many resources, and growing up kind of trying to figure things out myself, but not knowing if they were gonna work, like that was kind of a lonely road, and not really knowing if makeup was for me. That was kind of a lonely road. And I mean, it didn't like affect me negatively. It was just not something that was on my radar. But now, like, there are so many resources, there's so many brands, so many products, so many different things. There's so much available. It's a great time to like be into beauty, be into makeup, be part of the community online and, you know, on social media and all of that stuff, because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to look into. There's so much to try, and that's amazing. And, you know, if you are fortunate enough to, you know, have the means to buy makeup like I do, and, you know, try new things and all of that stuff, you know, have a phone that can record content, all of that, it's a great privilege, and I'm very, very grateful. And, you know, this year it's just been a really fun learning experience, and just like doing things without fear, just, you know, because I want to do them for me. So that's where we are. I mean, year 1 on YouTube, and I mean, I hope that it's like the first year of many more years to come. I hope that, you know, it allows me to continue exploring my love of makeup and talking to other people that also love everything that this creative outlet has to offer. Let me know in the comments, first of all, if you've tried any of the products that I tried for the first time today. What do you think about them? If you've tried this Say thing and you know how to use it or what it's supposed to be for, please tell me in the comments. I don't know if I used it correctly today. If there are other ways to use it, please tell me. Please let me know your suggestions, or what else do you think? And if there are other things that you would like for me to talk about or film in here on YouTube and you would like to see in more detail, please also let me know. I would love to hear your ideas of what you would like to see next. Thank you very much for joining me, not only in today's video trying new makeup, but if this is not your first time here, thank you for joining me in my makeup shenanigans. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm almost to 50 subscribers, which is like, really? There are almost 50 people subscribed to this? Okay, that's awesome. I mean, I think it's great. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed, because I know from my analytics that the majority of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We have a lot of fun over here, and this is a non-judgment, safe space. We're just here for the funsies. We're just here for the makeup, sometimes for the racing. You know, we're just here to have fun and play with color and enjoy life. That's what we're here for. So I hope that you like this video. This is the completed look. I feel like it's, you know, really simple. I really like it, actually. I think it looks pretty nice, and it didn't really take that long to to put together. It didn't take a lot of products to put together. I will have to come back later on and give more detailed reviews of some of these when I've used them a couple more times. I do have a couple of things that I've tried recently that need to go into a speed reviews video, so expect that to come down the pipeline along with all of my other ideas. I have so much to film because turns out that the more you film, the more ideas you come up with, which is awesome. It's fun. It's just fun. So again, thank you for joining me on this first year. Whether this is your first video or you've been here since the beginning, thank you. Thank you so much. It means the world to me that, you know, I have this space online where I can share all the joy that, you know, these things and this creative outlet gives me. I hope to see you in the next one. If this is all that you can do today, awesome. If not, YouTube should be suggesting a video for you to keep watching based on the things that you enjoy. If you are not following me on Instagram, I also suggest that you go follow me there so that you can see more of the day-to-day stuff. And I will see you on my next one. Bye-bye.